Hi, welcome back to Grains in Small Places. My name's Kara, and my whole channel is dedicated to fresh milled flour recipes, tips, tricks, and all of the things. And today I wanted to share a recipe that everyone has been asking for a really long time, how to get a nice cornbread with fresh milled flour. So I'm going to share that with you today. So let's get started. Okay, so to make our cornbread, I'm going to go ahead and zero out my scale here, and we're going to use soft white wheat. You could probably use einkorn or spelt as well, but the soft white wheat I find is really nice with this. And then we're also going to be using some corn. Now, disclaimer, you do need to make sure that you check with your manufacturer of your mill to make sure that you can mill the kind of corn that you're going to mill. I have already checked my Nutrimill Classic Handbook, and it can mill popcorn and blue corn, so we are good to go there. So what we're going to do is mill about 90 grams of soft white wheat. Okay, and then we'll get our popcorn. And look at these cute little labels that Haley made for me for my little grain bins. She has them in 2 styles, so they say what kind of grain it is. These are the small size stickers, and she's actually selling these in her Etsy shop, so I will make sure to put a link to those down in the description box below, along with a link to all the other things that you might see me using in here. I get a lot of questions about like what mill I'm using and all of those things, so I'll try to put those down in the description box below as well. Also, she does have a coupon code for her Etsy shop for you guys. The coupon code is Grainy, and you can save 10% off in her shop. So make sure to check with your manufacturer of your mill to make sure that you can mill corn or popcorn. But I went ahead and checked with Nutrimill on the classic mill, which is the one I'm going to be using today, that they talk about the Nutrimill will mill the following, and then they list off popcorn, blue corn, and all of these other grains. So we are good to go with the Nutrimill Classic. We can use blue corn or popcorn in that mill. We have this beautiful popcorn that we got from AZURE Standard. It's an organic multicolored popcorn. There's blue, red, white, yellow, I think, are all the kinds that are in here. So we're going to use that today. Okay, and I already pre-weighed out the popcorn because I keep that in a giant 5-gallon bucket. So I'm going to just put this right in there. And again, just make sure that you check with your mill, because not all mills can mill popcorn and not all mills can mill corn. So whatever corn you're planning on using and whatever mill you're planning on using, just make sure that your manufacturer says that it can be done. Otherwise, you could buy some like organic cornmeal or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this on over to my mill. I'm using my Nutrimill Classic grain mill today, and I will make sure to put that link down in the description box below, along with a coupon code where you can save $20 off your mill, and that coupon code is Grainy, and I will put that down in the description box below as well. Alrighty, and here is the nice, beautiful, fine flour. And you always want to make sure that you clean out the little cup here on any of the impact mills. They all have some kind of little cup that holds the finer flour. So this is both the corn and the white flour in here. I just milled them together on like a medium coarseness, I guess. Not like super fine, but not coarse either. So the impact mills don't have a super coarse setting on them like the stone mills do. So this one is going to be a nice fine flour. I'm hoping you can see the consistency. It's pretty fine. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this flour into a bowl here. This is a pretty quick throw together recipe. It doesn't really need a mixer or anything like that. Okay, and then to that flour, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of baking powder and a half a teaspoon of salt. And as you know, if you've been following me for a while, this is my favorite salt. It's this Baja Gold mineral sea salt, and I buy the fine grind. This is amazing salt. I use it for all my baking and our cooking. I also have a coupon code where you can save 10% on your order through them. I'll link that down in the description box below. All right, I'm just gonna mix that in. And then I will make sure to link this recipe down in the description box below. I will put volume and weight for this recipe, so either kind of baker that you are, you can make this recipe. I'm going to do 1/3 cup of sugar, or 74 grams. And this sugar I like to use is the raw cane sugar, but you can use whatever sugar you prefer. You could also use honey in place of the sugar, but I'm just weighing this out to be about 74 grams or so. If you don't like your cornbread to be sweet, you could lower the amount of sugar by a little bit. Okay, and then we're just going to mix that together. And I guess this would kind of be like a substitute for the Jiffy cornbread box mix right here. So if you ever are looking for something like that, you could always make it up to this point, put it in like a sealed container, and then put it in your fridge for 7 days or in your freezer for up to 4 months. I'm gonna zero out my scale here so that I don't mess up on my measurements here. And then I'm gonna add 82 grams of milk to this. You could use buttermilk here if you prefer. Okay, that's about 1/3 cup. And then I'm gonna use some sour cream. You could use sour cream here. You could use Greek yogurt, regular yogurt. You could use even just more buttermilk, but you do need something with an acid, so you can't use just milk unless you add either vinegar or lemon juice to that. This is our absolute favorite, Nancy's sour cream. It's a cultured sour cream that I get from AZURE Standard. I'm gonna zero out my scale again. And I'm gonna use about 61 grams. And I just had opened this one. I guess I should have stirred it up. It gets nice and smooth when you stir it up. Okay, 61 grams. We'll call that good. Okay, and then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of some melted butter. And 1 egg. Okay, and then we can stir this all together. This makes a nice moist cornbread. You can use it for corn muffins also. I will try to make sure to put the instructions on how to do it in the muffins, but today I'm gonna make it into like an 8x8. If you wanted to turn this into like a cornbread pudding, you could also add a can of creamed corn and some shredded cheese and sprinkle the top with some sugar. So I don't want to overmix this, but that looks pretty good. And this cheddar cheese is an optional item that we really love in here, but you do not have to put this in there. But we're just going to grate some fresh cheddar cheese. And then my family likes to add cheese. So I went ahead and shredded up some cheddar cheese, about a 1/2 cup or so, or a 1/2 block of cheese shredded. We like to add that in there. This is of course not necessary, but we really enjoy it in there. And then I like to let my batter sit for a little while my oven preheats. So while that happens, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my 8x8 glass baking dish. You could bake this in cast iron or, like I said, muffins. The baking times may vary a little bit, and sometimes cornbread, I think if it bakes too long, it can get a little bit dry. So you just want to make sure that you don't over bake it. And I'm just going to use a really generous layer of butter to prevent anything from sticking in here. And then also, I mean, it adds to the flavor, right? So this will melt into, any excess will melt into our cornbread. Okay. You're going to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 18 minutes. If you added that cream corn, you're going to want to do it for 20 to 25 minutes. So yeah, while that's preheating, we can go ahead and let this batter sit for a little bit. But look at the beautiful flecks. Can you see those, like the red and the blue popcorn flecks? That's so pretty. If you're using just like a yellow or white corn, that'll of course adjust the color of the batter a little bit. So if you're using a yellow corn, you're going to get more of a yellow cornbread. This was that multicolor popcorn that has like the red, the blue, the yellow, the white. I think that's all. I like all the little different color varieties that there are. I was watching someone else's YouTube channel, and they grow a green popcorn every year, which I thought was pretty interesting because I didn't even know that there was a green popcorn that existed. So we're just going to spread this through here. This will rise in the oven. So I'm just going to try to keep that a little evenly spread as possible. Okay, so we like cornbread on the slightly sweeter side, so I'm just going to sprinkle the top with this with just a little bit more of that cane sugar. You can do as little or as much as you want. You can leave this off completely. You do not have to do this part. But I know cornbread can be different for all different people. Some people like a very basic, savory cornbread. Some people like the cornbread pudding. Some people like a sweet cornbread. So this is how we enjoy it. I'm going to go ahead as soon as the oven is done. Once this has had some time to soak in all of that moisture goodness, we'll go ahead and bake it off, and then I'll let you see it when it's done. Into the oven it goes. Alrighty, and here it is. Isn't it beautiful? And I was thinking, if you like a spicy cornbread, you could always chop up some jalapenos and put that in here, and that would be really delicious as well. So we're gonna let this cool, and then we're gonna serve it up. Thanks so much for hanging out with me while we made our cornbread today. I hope you really enjoyed this. Make sure to leave a comment down below what your favorite thing to have served with cornbread is. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And thanks for stopping by Grains in Small Places. Goodbye.